These players are on the last year of their contract. Re-sign them. Choose from 4 preset offers that range in level of... It's week 3 of the National Football League, and we'll get a look here at wideout A.J. Brown. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Eagles and the Saints, all that and more, coming up next.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out come the Eagles for the first time, and the man in charge at quarterback in his 5th year now, Jalen Hurts.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week. So keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Flush to his right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Sliding out of the pocket. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Eagles hit 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Hurts sets up to throw it. This is caught. It's Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Throwing is Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
We're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Saints heading out for the first time, and there's Derek Carr at quarterback in his 11th NFL season now and 2nd in black and gold.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
Here now, 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Carr. And he fends him off. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Carr now to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Now Carr. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Now Carr. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And Kamara's going to have a Saints first down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49. Again, it's Carr. Pass incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And that one too wide and incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. Well, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 6-0 our score after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Play action. Here's Hurts. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Here's Hurts to throw. Touchdown! A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are able to stretch out their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. From the gun, it's Carr. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Carr going to throw. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. To throw his Carr. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And no sidestepping that here. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's Rodgers on the return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong, only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. And I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to back up.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, partner. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flushed out right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a 1st.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Second down and 8.
They're going to look to throw. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
They're going to run it with Barkley, and he will dive into the end zone, and the two-point conversion is successful. And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for two. Here's Carr.
He gets it complete to A.T. Perry.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing now is Carr. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From midfield, here's Carr.
He'll find Shaheed out to the right.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. Now, Carr again.
Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Little short pass here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Carr.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick-6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
In motion left goes a tight end. Now Carr to try again after the pick six.
A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And his pass incomplete.
Dropped incompletions on first and second down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Eagles will have it taking over first and 10.
The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more.
Offense set to begin their next drive. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead. And this is turning out to be something to monitor as this game goes along. That's now 3 touchdown catches for him here in this first half alone.
And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Throwing on second and long. Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
They need 2. Here's third down.
Now Carr.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Picked up by James Bradbury. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So the Eagle offense coming on here as he'll try for 2 points. They're going to run it with Barkley. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Downfield, and he's got Olave. He's to the 15.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Chris Olave.
74 yards.
And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
McManus's point after is good. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. You know, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Throwing is Hurts. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Again, it's Barkley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Escaping the pressure right. He dumps it off to Barkley. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Saints offense and Derek Carr ready for this next possession. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster the first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Carr now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going. Saints first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now a play fake. Carr. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line.
It's a gain of 27 yards. That's good for a Saints.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So a player shaken up. We'll get a stoppage here. And that's Alvin Kamara, the one who's going to receive some attention. Hopefully he's okay. Now Carr. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Now
Carr.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's Carr to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To throw, it's Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Now hang on here because Saquon Barkley is in some discomfort, so we're going to have a pause here for an injury. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. This will be caught by Brown. Nifty move. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Eagles extend their lead yet again. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5. And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. 3rd and 4. Carr going to throw. That is caught. And he will have the first down. He winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. To throw his car.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr, got to have this one.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Darius Slay with a pick.
Down the left sideline.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Got his man. It's Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down at a yard.
Here's Carr.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Hurts. We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the 4th, Charles, it's really, really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result. This is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense.
Well, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Throwing now is Carr. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Carr finding Williams. Puts it on the carpet. It's out.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. Got a man. It's Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Shakes off the sag. And he'll get nothing out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Buying time to his left. This short throw caught by Goddard. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding opens.
Oh, Cardinal sin there, thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Carr. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now Carr. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Rodgers on the return. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
The Eagles offense and the veteran A.J. Brown set to go to work.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
That escapability has been on full display, and you can see he's now over 100 yards rushing for the game. Throwing is Hurts.
He finds his man, complete. That's Brown. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here, some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Completes it to Perry.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. On play action, now Carr. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
It's a gain of 30. That's good for the Saints. First down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Eagles, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're going to look here at wideout A.J. Brown. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions.
Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're off and running from Raymond James. Jackson now to return it. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the 7th-year pro, comeback player of the year contender last season in Baker Mayfield.
You know, Kate, sometimes they say great quarterbacks are like great point guards. And much like we measure point guards in basketball with the assist-to-turnover ratio, and you love a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio that will win you ball games, same with quarterbacking. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, big old win last week.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Here's White again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Baker now off the play fake. That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Bucks ready to send it away on 4th as Jake Camarda runs on to punt it. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by a QB coming into his 5th NFL season out of Oklahoma. It's Jalen Hurts.
As you're running onto the field with this kind of field position as a quarterback, you're reminded yourself and your huddle, hey, let's be disciplined. Got to be on the details here. Got to take care of the football. And also encourage them and let them know that script you've been working on all week, well, there's a lot of field and there's a lot of plays ahead of them to go and put a score on the board. You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
2nd down. Hurts throwing again. He's got Devontae Smith. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. Pushing the pace right away to start the game. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Has the connection to Gainwell. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. Hurts throwing again. On the move, headed right. He takes it himself. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On 1st down, Hurts. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. Trying again, following the sack. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's taken down at the 30.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. This one finds Goddard. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. Gainwell is in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles drive the length of the field and take a 6-0 lead. No doubt about that one, Brock. They soften that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
So following the missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. Jackson now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Tampa Bay sending its offense out. Their second drive coming up. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
He's contained at the line for no gain. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. This one's taken in by Otten. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. They kick the running back in motion. Hauled in by Godwin. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Up the middle, here goes White. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. It's a pickup of a yard, and that is how our first quarter will end. And time... Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They have it on 3rd and 5. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. On again comes Jake Camarda to punt this away. Back deep for the Eagles is Isaiah Rogers. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. He's got it at the 24. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Eagles will take possession. First down throwing for Hurts. Chased out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Here's a give inside to Gainwell. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Now Hurts. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. They run the counter with White. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Well, Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, two-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. Pierce motioning right. First down. Here's Baker. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he gets him around 6 there. That was Reed Blankenship making the stop. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 2nd and 4. Got his target. It's Otten. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Is Reed Blankenship making the stop. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. This will be a 45-yard look from the left hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
This return makes it up to the 25. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. They're on a 3-game winning streak, Brock, and working to stretch that out to 4. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Pass caught, 9-yard line. Wow, the start he is on. This is going to be a heck of a performance if he and his quarterback can keep this pace up today, Brock.
And by starting so strong, he's going to benefit all of his fellow receivers. This defense is going to have to start dictating coverage to him, and it's going to open up his boys. Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. Gainwell can't push it across. They make the stand. It looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
That pass complete to Goddard. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for 2. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails.
I think you feel a little of the frustration vented on that stop, don't you? Certainly weren't happy seeing them put up 6, but they made sure to deny them 2 more on top of it.
They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Now the Buccaneers set to take the field. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. First and 10, it's Mayfield. Completes this one to Hill. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The Buccaneers facing a deficit near the break. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Baker now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. 3rd and short, Mayfield. Completes this one to Otten. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the gun. Caught by Godwin on the slant. And he'll go down here at the 16. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 16-yard line.
Mayfield to throw again. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Baker throwing again. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. This will be around a 33-yarder for him. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And it's back to a 1-score game now. The deficit is 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, that means the football is going to be spotted at the 30. On 1st down, Hurts. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And it sets up 2nd down. Hurts looking to throw. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. And with a push of a button, we say so long to the halftime report and jump right back to the start of the 3rd quarter.